Afflictions win. Oscar has been given to so many people with diseases, it should wear a hospital gown. I mean, blind, deaf, ALS, cerebral palsy, Alzheimer's, amputee. There's nothing more automatic. Well, except if you're mentally challenged in some way. The whole thing is so Hollywood, a room full of know-nothings who call themselves the Academy, making everyone tremble before their judgment, even though their judgment is often terrible and fails the test of time. Maybe the hashtag should be Oscar's so wrong. Citizen Kane, It's a Wonderful Life, 12 Angry Men, Singing in the Rain, Dr. Strangelove, Raging Bull, Pulp Fiction, goes on and on. Not a single best picture among them. Brilliant, brave, groundbreaking, intellectually honest films constantly lose to much more forgettable, trifling, sentimental stuff.
This year's Oscars may have wrapped up, but the fallout is far from over. One of the biggest controversies of the night was the belief that certain awards went to people who didn't truly earn them. Bill Maher was among the loudest critics, calling out Hollywood producers for sidelining real talent in favor of woke agendas. His criticism was direct, ruthless, and unapologetic. So, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in.
Casting directors have to stop listening to the casting police and go back to doing their job, which is picking the best actor for the role. Now, I mention this because a lot of people lately are either apologizing for or calling on others to apologize for playing roles they call appropriation. James Franco was just chosen to play Fidel Castro, and John Leguizamo posted, "No more appropriation. Boycott. This is f***ed up. I don't got a problem with Franco, but he ain't Latino." Okay, but John Leguizamo is Colombian American. He ain't a Venetian, but he played one. He ain't a French little person or an Italian plumber, but he played them too, because he's...
John Leguizamo should be one of the last people lecturing others about cultural appropriation. He has built a long, successful career playing a wide range of characters, many of whom don't share his Latino background, and he's been praised for that versatility. That's what acting is supposed to be, stepping into different lives and making audiences believe it. But now, the rules seem to change depending on who's speaking. When it benefits someone, it's called talent and range. When it doesn't, it becomes a moral issue. This selective outrage frustrates audiences and makes the criticism seem more about convenience than principle.
Why the hell do you think people become actors? Because they want to spend their life not being who they are. Appropriating sounds like an unforgivable sin until you remember that's what acting is. That's why acting jobs are called roles. Sean Penn won an Oscar for playing gay civil rights martyr Harvey Milk. At the time, it was considered a courageous act of solidarity for a straight male movie star to play a homosexual. Now it's the opposite. Eddie Redmayne played a transgender woman in The Danish Girl, but now calls that a mistake because many people don't have a chair at the table. Well, actually, in movies now they do. And what does it have to do with you playing trans? Does it then work the other way? Can trans actors only play trans?
Bill Maher argues that acting is fundamentally about transformation, stepping into lives and experiences that aren't your own. That's the craft. There's nothing wrong with actors portraying roles outside their identity. In fact, that's what defines great performances. Yet today, actors face pressure to apologize for doing just that. Eddie Redmayne expressed regret over a transgender role, Scarlett Johansson stepped away from a similar project, and Hank Azaria apologized for voicing Apu on The Simpsons. This reflects a shift where performance is often treated as offense rather than art.
Isn't the best acting always about making us feel our common humanity beyond separate identities? A black George Washington in Hamilton, of course. But Ryan Gosling as Frederick Douglass? Yes, that would be problematic. Ditto Shia LaBeouf as Shaft.
Maher also highlights what many see as a double standard in casting. There's often little backlash when minority actors take on traditionally majority roles. For example, Halle Bailey playing Ariel in The Little Mermaid and the diverse casting in Bridgerton were widely supported. But when the situation is reversed, backlash tends to be immediate and intense. According to Maher, if fairness is the goal, the same rules should apply to everyone, otherwise it appears selective rather than consistent.
The whole thing is so Hollywood, a room full of know-nothings who call themselves the Academy, making everyone tremble before their judgment, even though their judgment is often terrible and fails the test of time. Maybe the hashtag should be Oscars So Wrong. Citizen Kane, It's a Wonderful Life, 12 Angry Men, Singing in the Rain, Dr. Strangelove, Raging Bull, Pulp Fiction, goes on and on. Not a single Best Picture among them. Brilliant, brave, groundbreaking, intellectually honest films constantly lose to much more forgettable, trifling, sentimental stuff. Saving Private Ryan lost to Shakespeare in Love. Sunset Boulevard lost to All About Eve. Glory to Driving Miss Daisy, Gangs in New York to Chicago, Munich lost to Crash, Citizen Kane lost to How Green Was My Valley.
At the center of this debate is a bigger concern, the decline of pure talent and strong storytelling. If Hollywood prioritizes identity over skill, quality may suffer. Major studios like the Walt Disney Company and Warner Brothers have faced criticism for weak scripts, forced casting, and forgettable performances. When talent takes a back seat, films start to feel artificial, and audiences notice.
Why don't we just go by merit and let the best actor win? Which seems like what happened when Ana de Armas just got picked to play Marilyn Monroe, even though she's Cuban with an accent. Hey, maybe she should play Fidel Castro and James Franco can play Marilyn Monroe, and then we can all stay in our lanes. Is that what diversity and inclusion look like now? Everybody's staying in their lane? Lawrence of Arabia was gay. Peter O'Toole wasn't. I can live with that. Because he was so cool, he almost made me gay.
This is where the contradiction becomes clear. On one hand, there's a push for diversity and inclusion. On the other, strict limits are placed on who can tell certain stories. Projects like Bridgerton are praised for diverse casting, while Ghost in the Shell starring Scarlett Johansson faced heavy criticism. This inconsistency creates confusion. If equality is the goal, the rules should be consistent, not constantly shifting.
Stone caught hell for playing a Hawaiian, Jake Gyllenhaal for playing a Persian, Gal Gadot for wanting to play Cleopatra, Johnny Depp for playing an Indian, even though he's not an actual Comanche, and spoiler alert, he also doesn't really have scissor hands. And he's not actually a drunken pirate. Okay, bad example. Tom Hanks now says that if Philadelphia were made today, he wouldn't do it because the character was gay and he's not. Well, besides the fact that this would force all gay actors to reveal their sexuality, even if they didn't want to, great actors, which Tom is one, try hard to keep their private lives private so we don't think of their real lives when we see them in a movie that attempts to transport us into a different world. Could you really look at this actress now and not think of the trial? Should she only play bed-shitters now?
Take Daniel Day-Lewis as an example. When he portrayed Abraham Lincoln, audiences saw Lincoln, not the actor. That's the power of great acting. Yet Tom Hanks has suggested audiences may no longer accept certain casting choices. But acting has always been about transformation. Limiting actors to roles that match their identity risks narrowing storytelling instead of expanding it.